the game Paragon today. Let's get right into it. As you probably saw from the description, Paragon is the new MOBA by Epic Games. It's like League of Legends, Smite, Dota. Played any of those? I'll be trying to play Chimera. Oh, oops. Oops. Went into the wrong kind of lobby. Give me a sec. That was bots. I don't want bots. I want to play with real people. If anybody's questioning why I was playing with bots when I'm level 23, that is because I was playing, practicing out one of the new heroes, this guy Wraith in the background, because I play this on the computer sometimes, you know, but I came over to here on PS4 because I was like, oh, maybe I'll be better at, you know, ranged people. It's not the case. I still suck. But maybe I'll be able to change that eventually. Ooh, do-do-do-do-do-do. Waiting for one more player. God, this takes forever. Hopefully, once we get into it, it'll go pretty fast and nobody boots out. That would be annoying. Look at this guy, Wraith. I haven't read over much of his stuff. I like to read over their things. Examine their skins. They got pretty good looking skins. This guy's got a nice little variation. About as good as any of his other skins. Doesn't have the best master skin, I will say. Here we go, getting into a game now. Could look better. Doesn't look like this is gonna be the game. Continue looking at some new people here. I haven't looked at Wukong either. He's an interesting looking one. I've noticed with every MOBA I've played, there's always been a Wukong in it. Don't quite understand that either. Like, why does every game need to have a Wukong? What's the point? I use White Tiger. Good skin, good skin. I love White Tiger Chimera. Though I like all of his skins. It's a pretty cool. Yeah, what do these variations look like? This red one looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. Don't really have any variations on the rest of these. Love this skin. Showing off his ability to kill Grux, and he is the better hunter. Speaking of Grux. I never liked the Chimera Grux matchup. Never really goes well for me. You know, you would think, because he has the skin, that he would be the better character, but it's not always the case. So I don't know if anybody has played Paragon. If you have, I don't know what the regular kind of build is for Chimeras. It looks like it's more defense based. if you follow default kind of rules, but then there's me. I like all offense. Works really well in the early game, kind of sucks in late, but who cares? I'll probably eventually edit it to fit in the fact that I kinda get my ass kicked in late game. I'm just more of an assassin than anything else. But I mean, you never know. Because if you win the early game hard enough and your team snowballs into late better than you do, then, well, there you go. You're safe. But that generally isn't the case. And a team like this, I think I'm probably screwed, because I get murked by CC, which I have a reasonable amount of. Not too much, but a reasonable amount. Alright, let's get this going. Alright, what are we doing here? It's clip. Get out your touch. So if I look like I'm doing stupid stuff when I'm running around later in the game, like messing up my abilities or something, or I take too long to cast something, that's probably because I'm used to the computer. I haven't played too much on PS4. I played maybe one game on PS4 Paragon. It wasn't my greatest accomplishment, I'll say that. Went pretty bad. I mean, I did okay in the game, but it was just, ooh, that was not a good game. Don't you tell me I'm AFK. I can stand around, don't need to be moving constantly. Love the scenery in this game. This is probably, I think, out of all the MOBAs I've played, and I've played a reasonable amount. I've played lots of League of Legends, played lots of Smite, played a little bit of Dota, a little bit of Heroes of the Storm. I think this is my favorite. I've found it's really nice, beautiful, and I love the just pure you actually have to aim in this game with your ADCs and stuff, and like Smite, where it's kind of look in the general direction, click, hope that they isn't minions blocking you. Like in this, you can aim over the minions, shoot around the minions. Like, it's just, I love it. I mean, yeah, games like Dota and League and Heroes of the Storm, where it's like the overcast version of this kind of style. I mean, yeah, you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, but like compared to Smite, which is the only real comparison that I can put on this game. Who the fuck put a ward in my jungle? The only real comparison you can put on this. It's pretty good. Like, I played quite a bit of Smite. I was a big jungler in that game. I found that I tend to lean towards junglers. Yeah. Saw that one coming. Just gonna... Oh, we're probably gonna die. I don't know. Good. Bitch! So, yeah, I mean... Because in most games I probably would have died there because I don't have much escape pre-level... Actually, I don't have any escapes at all because I'm playing Chimera and I am built to just jump in and go ham. But, you know how it is with these kind of... Oops, speaking of that motherfucker... Alright, so I gotta be careful because I don't know where he could be trying to counter jungle me again. Could be going back to his jungle. But there's guys like that. I hate people like this Grux. No matter what game you jungle in, there's always that guy who's got a counter jungle and get up in the enemy team's jungle all the time, no matter what game you're playing. It's ridiculous. I don't think there's too much problem with that in this game, though. It's a little less common to see counter junglers. But, I mean, jungle is a little more complicated in this than other MOBAs. I enjoy it, though. Especially with Chimera. See how my Greystone's doing. He looks like he's doing alright. A little healthier than he was 2 seconds ago. Man. Looks like every lane's doing alright. I'll just clear out this, head back, pick up some more items, hopefully. Then we'll go see what we can do with ganking, since I'm getting close to my level 4, where I usually like to start to gank. Thinking before then is a little dumb, honestly. Like, I don't see the point really in jumping in as Chimera before you level 4, because you want to get at least, I feel, 2 points in your square and 1 point in your heal before you go running off out of the jungle for ganks. So that leaves you to level 4 where you actually upgrade your gap closer. But, you know, see how it goes. Hey, we killed their enemy solo laner, so they're probably going to try and trade back on us. I think our Greystone's a little more passive than theirs, though. It's playing a little farther back in this. I'm gonna try and gank him now. Wow. Took a little too long there, but scare him off. Just try and keep them pushed back. Usually the best thing to do to help your solo laner out when they're in a tough situation like that. Just put yourself in between the minions and the enemy. Because most people, I find, don't generally like to run up on the jungler, because most junglers have engaged. Especially the two junglers that we have in this game, Brooks and Chimera, both heavily, you just want to stay away from them when they come in, because if you jump in on them, they'll probably kill you faster than you can kill them in the early game. They do have phase though, so she kind of counters me a little since she has her stupid blind. Which happens, I mean, every game's got to have some counter ability, otherwise what would be the fun in it? Looks like things are going pretty bad over in our duo lane, but nothing much I can do. So I don't have any mana, otherwise I would rush over to them. How close am I to getting my next? Alright. Just checking how long until I get my next card power, since I'm 1 card power away from getting another part of my item, which would help get me going a little quicker here. This is probably one of the slower games I've played in recent time, but You know, you got your fast ones and you got your slow ones. Not every game can be a fast game. Speaking of fast, I'm gonna run over here. They are just... I feel like a bad jungler when stuff like this happens. I mean, people might say, watching this, wow, you're such a bad jungler. Like, honestly, compared to most people, I seem like a bad jungler because I play a little more passive than most. But, I mean, that's why I don't play as aggressive. And if you want to note, people like this Grux. And now we got the complaining, which I generally ignore because I don't really care. Like, you can bitch all you want about my ability to gank, but I'm not gonna really care because I play a lot slower jungle than most people, and I don't really like... I know it's greedy to say, but I generally don't gank unless I think I can get a kill out of it. I'm trying to get better about ganking more without worrying about getting a kill, because I feel really squishy early game and really vulnerable to what most people have in support and ADC lanes. Whew, alright. Got the good item, my attack speed now, so we can be a little more aggressive, and we started into the mini nuke, which is going to be our main source of damage. Alright, I don't really want to jump in on this guy, but it's probably not a good idea. Whoa, 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 what in the world? Alright, that was probably a bad idea. Yep, what did I say? Bad idea. God, where did that Grux even come from? That was poor play on my part. I probably should have been more aggressive when Greystone was in. Or I should just backed off completely and let Greystone die, because he died anyway. It happens. Probably should have just let him go. That was not a good call to be so forward like this guy. Wow, what are you doing, man? This game isn't looking too hot for my team. We're not doing too great. Their jungler a little stronger than I am, just because it's like I say, I mean, I feel Grux has a lot more power in fights than Chimera. Chimera's a really strong jungler, it's just Grux is so strong. But he made the mistake of showing himself with that low of health. That was just poor. I'm pretty sure she knows I'm here. But I can't beat on him too much. I mean, everyone makes that poor decision because Murdoch is a bitch to play against. Let's be honest here. Somebody who has an ultimate that can shoot through all the terrain and everything is just a bitch to play against. But you know, you hope for your best when playing against them that they suck and can't hit their ulti. Which generally isn't the case unless I'm the one playing him, because wow, do I suck at him. Yet I really like him. Seems like a really fun character to play. I just can't play ranged characters to save my life. My ability to aim with the physics in this is just so bad. Like, you know how you have physics, you gotta think about, okay, how far forward do I need to aim this so my bullet hits them. Most games, you don't gotta worry about that. It's generally a pretty basic thing that just kind of, you know, comes with the game. You don't really have to aim too much. This game, there is so much aiming, it's ridiculous. I just don't understand it. This guy trying to scare me off. We can play that game, Grux. So there have Sparrow and FaZe coming over, so so that's the one thing I really don't like about her, is just her ability to get away with that. So I can't really do anything about it. She just kinda jumps on away. I think they're gonna get Grux, I won't need to, yeah. It's really difficult with her, because as playing a character where you just need to jump in, like Chimera, and just go to town on whoever you're playing against. It's just so hard when you have someone who can just be like, ah, blinded, run away now. But, you know, you work around it. Okay, let's go get the green buff, and then we're probably going to try and shoot for another gank. Hopefully goes a little better than my previous ganks. Sorry if I'm walking weird. A little distracted, responding to stuff. See how it goes. It looks like a team fight's breaking out over here. I should go assist. I don't think I'm gonna get there in time though. Yeah. It's really hard though, like in this case, for FaZe to get away from Grux. And I have no idea what's going on. Well, we picked up a kill, but I mean, half of that fight I just didn't know what was happening. I just got the crap kicked out of me by Sparrow. Hopefully our team will even out the score a little. Doesn't look like they are going to, but we can always wish. That's another big thing I hate about phases when trying to chase them down, is that little, she can pull her teammates to her, so it's really easy for whoever she's connected to with her tether to get away. Which is, I think it has a reasonably low cooldown, so it's really easy to juggle around who you're tethering and just grabbing everyone on your team and pulling them out of the fight. Oh, this doesn't look good. This does not look good at all. I don't know why I jumped into this. It's a terrible idea. Wow, okay. Whew. That was a really bad fight. Yeah. I don't think surrendering is really necessary, but that fight went really poorly in our favor. Hopefully we will have better luck in the next one. I doubt we will. Doesn't seem like our team coordination is very good. Our what are their names? Greystone and Murdoch don't seem like they're huge team players. They seem really, especially this Murdoch, seems pretty toxic. Getting a little angry at FaZe. I mean, it's not too much reason to get angry at your teammates. Like, we're not all gonna play perfectly, obviously. So don't get angry at us just because little something's getting messed up. Like, game's not gonna go perfectly how you want it, especially when you got a lot of mirror matches. Games are generally pretty sloppy with that because you're always gonna have one who's better than the other. And in this case, I think they got the better of both of the mirrors. Their FaZe is pretty good compared to ours. Their Greystone, I feel, is contributing a lot more compared to ours. Shit. And I'm dead again, most likely. Yep, 100% dead. Woo! Ah, I hate FaZe. Just so aggravating to get. Just to get put in that, like, jumping into a fight and just getting blinded is the worst. I think that's one mechanic of this game they really hit well, is how blinds work, because most games, blinds are just like, oh hey, you can't see what's going on, but in this, it's like you're actually blinded, so you're just walking blankly around like a fucking idiot, which I feel like needs more credit than it's given. It's really strong, because if whoever you're tethered to also blinds, so in this case, Sparrow gets jumped on, then she just blinds whoever it is that's jumping on your Sparrow, and bam. Little hard to do anything when you're blinded, so that person will just walk around for a second like an idiot getting beat up on. I mean, you might be able to blind an entire team with that. I've never played her, and I don't really know too much about how her blind works and the mechanics of it. But, I mean, if you can blind the entire enemy team with that, it's pretty strong, because you could tether whoever your diver is, which in this case is their Greystone, and then as he dives in to the entire enemy team, blind, which really disables everyone, because it's a little more of a disable than most things. Like, yeah, getting stunned sucks, but you can pretty much recover from that pretty easily. Like, recovering from a blind is a little different, because you can't see where you're walking or anything. So, like, if you get stunned or slowed, you have a chance of getting out of that. A blind, there is very little chance of you making something out of that. Like, you're gonna get pinned down in the worst possible position with it, and it's just gonna suck ass. Because there's no real easy way to get out of a blind, because you don't, obviously, like I said, you don't know where you're going. And then there's other times where I'm just swinging like an idiot, like I'm blind, but I'm not. Alright, good, we popped his ulti. Oh, that was close. So I think solo lane for support is probably a really good trade on our part. Because, I mean, yeah, we could have gotten... We almost got their mid laner too, but in the position we're in, solo lane for our support is a really good trade. Potentially she could still die. I don't know why she's... Actually, no, they probably have the entire area warded, so I think she's okay. Never mind, she's making poor choices. I might be able to kill her. Oh shit. She walks by this ward again, I might be able to kill her. No, I think she knows I'm here. Yep. This is one of those bad situations where you gotta know where wards are. Yeah, so... I mean, I assumed when she was looking at me, probably warded, but I made the poor decision of, hey, let's not run away when it's most likely warded, instead sit here and wait for Sparrow and FaZe to show up. So, I mean, I'm pretty bad at that when it comes to that kind of call. I generally can tell when people are looking at me, but in that case I wasn't too sure. I thought she might have just been being weird, but I should have just ran in on her or ran away. Because it's really easy if you know where the ward is that they see you on, it's easy to dodge around it, like how Sparrow did. Just kinda dodge out, you know. So I'm gonna go clear the green buff because I didn't clear the smaller minions and set the reset the timer. I really don't like when people do that. They don't reset the spawn timer when they're not jungle, but they take your green buff. As it's really frustrating when I go into the jungle thinking, oh hey, my green buff's up, and then there's those little small fuckers sitting there. So be careful, I don't know exactly where they are. Yep. I am probably dead, but, you know, we're gonna just go ham until I do die. Yeah, so, I mean, that was a pretty good pick, honestly, for me. Me for Sparrow, when they had the jump on me, they seem to have most of our... well, now the trade's going a little worse. It was a good trade until all this started to happen, and I don't know what this chick's trying to do. Like, you're gonna die. I don't know why this FaZe did that. Like, you didn't need to fight him when you have the obvious disadvantage. And he's gonna get stabbed. Whew. This game is going very poorly for us. I feel anyone who plays this and they see my build, you're probably going to comment on the fact I don't have wards, which isn't the brightest plan. I just find when I do have wards, I rarely ever ward with them. because I don't really know where the best placement is for wards. But if you have a suggestion on that, you can always leave a comment on it, and I will take that into consideration, because I'm probably going to be adding my build for Chimera sometime soon to fit in better to late game. Because late game for me right now is just hell. Because I can destroy through the early game sometimes. This is not one of those games. But I can pull through the early and mid game pretty good. You know, pull out a decent amount of kills without dying. And then there's other games like this where I just get stomped. I mean, to be fair, everyone on this team is getting just utterly demolished. Like, there's nothing much we can really do about it, though, because it's once... I find the one problem with this game is once you start to snowball, there's no way easy comeback to that. Like, enemy team starts to snowball, they're grouping better than us. Like, see how they're all grouped up over there. They're grouping better than us. They're probably out leveling us for the most part. Like this guy right here. Yeah, nothing I can do. I shouldn't have walked up on the minions knowing he would grab me. Whew. This game is just... we're getting our shit kicked in. Which it happens. I mean, not every game is rainbows and sunshine, everyone's doing great. Like, you gotta show the bad games too. I know the content isn't as great because you getting to watch a death timer, which isn't that fun, but I mean, nothing much to really do about it. This game's just just bad game. But I mean, I hope that doesn't discourage anybody who is tuning in to tune in on another later game to give it a chance. I promise I don't always play this bad. Okay, that was bullshit. That's what I was saying about those Gruxes, though. I mean, he does have fair point to rush me, because I am doing terrible compared to him. Especially with how easily he killed me last time. I'm gonna try playing a little bit in Grux in another video. Seems like a fun character. Played him like once or twice. He was alright though. I feel he's a little more well-rounded than Chimera in his ability to carry into late, and my Chimera build would fit him a little more than it does Chimera. But nothing wrong with unconventional builds. I like the feel of a damage dealer. As I've always found in games where you're supposed to build a character tanky, I generally build them all damage. Because I just like the feel of, just beating into somebody. Anyway, though, that is the video for today. Hope you enjoyed. Give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.